the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, delegates of the New Patriotic Party, have done great service to the New Patriotic Party. So me, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Adentini kasa na entema enema ekoso ewo Northern Region esa waso esa weni. NDC for mo dream say elections you we need say a type or social media Facebook now type now deal for atem a beja musesini na enema ahemfo neka. No wonder say NDC and former President John Dramani Mahama paraphernalia ni na omoyi every kwano in the Northern Region. Omoyi paraphernalia from the road in the Northern Region. No wonder say omoyi Haruna Idrisu and Amunta Kamubara from the leadership in Parliament. A Juma na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye with the people of the North. Afi na ye evidence ni fili gadoji. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia promised say delegates for one thing. Or say the time I may have running meeting po shadi a former President John Dramani Mahama. Mumbai me flag bearer now I'll show you something in the north. Umu crowd gathering na Ashanti region cry afi dey aye less. MPP for mu free dombo for ebano eseweni ense okachale. Na yensemre this is even a venue na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia onduru hompo. No onduru afi na omati se omona onam kwan so ba. Na obetia Bawumia Napo Bawumia Napo Bawumia Napo Yankoshe
Bawumia Napo Bawumia Napo Bawumia Napo Bawumia Napo Bawumia Napo Bawumia Napo.
Na last year ena yeche say omuyi Haruna Idrisu ne Munta Kamubara from leadership ena chairman of the National Democratic Congress chairman Asidu Nketiako Pie Ayinfia edwan abeben kakraka omode koma ohenene say omode ba be ya mani omoba na edwan abeben ya locking no abontin. They don't want anything to do with it. Na yenko statements Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any chiefs no interactions are ekoso. Yebeboni na from this report. Yebesoso as evidence. But first yenfa nchiri mu embra. Ogodru chirepone na one oheneni di nkomo. Simple conversation. Former President John Dramani Mahama wabaye member of parliament now. Obey a member of parliament. Ni excuse over reason saying, oh, no, a member of parliament for this particular constituency. Inti and no, onti me enye juma across the whole north. I understand that. Obey a vice president. Dear no timi ni excuse they say, oh, or a vice president inti China or elevate ko president. Now atimi aye bibi abwa the people of the north. Obeye president she now Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia when the assemblyman one contested parliamentary candidate in po ankoye member of parliament straight from the corporate sector and omode no koye vice running mate okoye running mate etumadia no odi even as running mate very close to the chiefs oti o masem not necessarily say development na some eben issues on the ground obey running mate afido mu yeze impuntu ba na eba na yeko chirepone in particular ohwe na odwen say Northern Region ni na makabom na issues ni ye wana you don't understand the Northern Region na yeko with chirepone your constituency. Yes, former President John Dramani Mahama cannot point to even one project in that constituency. Or spearhead here, or Chereponi. to say the election, it is won at polling station at the constituency. And then national, and then doom so as them say, you doom the whole nation light. And you saw the whole nation light. It's Muna amount to my people. And no cry and dancing. And no cry and dancing. Say 4 years, you doom light. Now I feed ye, I stable. You say near my boy, but still no light in this so I stable. And no cry and dancing. Now the issue at Cherepon is say Omobetima pointing into local projects at that constituency. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia SPL. 1 road project air cost our Cherepon constituency. Air cost Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Sano Omu impact our Cherepon constituency. Agenda 111 agenda 111 and MPP ayehu dede bebre no Cherepon ewo mo de edu stage of completion. 60% stage of completion. Cherepon. Omenya sanitation project. Sa project ye dane waste materials ye segregate na ye timi recycle no Cherepon enso essence will be 1 village 1 dam eboa for planting for food and jobs NDC di watem. Cherepon say enu ntino o spit out former president John Dramani Mahama out like a cola nut. Choose Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Inti sansem na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia eka. Amana ye very difficult. Say former president John Dramani Mahama beko to the people of Cherepon and then on Nsem akotu because member of parliament when be that vice president udi ye Cherepon then ayemai. Wabe ye president Cherepon then ayemai. After the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia vice president or big excuse senka yen twen yen the president and sana waye bibi look at ne juma oye osanso free ha osanso ete ye kasa ni mia ne wo emu die ne ye choose Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia asay Cherepon kra waje ho afa. Now ye move to Paramount Chief of Mion constituency, Mion region, sorry. The friend Boniana Al-Hassan Mahamudu say a title like Kanohono Mante title ni yenti. My mistake among fan chairman, but Paramount Chief of Mion Boniana Al-Hassan Mahamudu ni diankaza de ono the letter or Troy and letter. Also Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia me friend personally say akronfo doso wa ha enti mesrew boa police for no munya vehicle speed that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia make calls ha omunya police vehicle for police patrol no na one enti Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia available to him, the Paramount Chief of Mion Bon Al-Hassan Mahamudu Mubetie Yebe so na wetie na as evidence. Or say Tamale Yendi Tatale Road project ongoing omuhu quota tum. First and Nyankwa former president of Dramani and Nya Nkwa Be now Tamale Yendi Tatale Road project Mion constituency ebisu fm ebi esom so na agenda 111 so Mion so enyamode eno so 55% completion rate Mion constituency. Boniana Al-Hassan Mahamudu Paramount Chief of Mion constituency Nsem-Pii Tudra na ose enunti these things free SHS on kan wasen Nina no ose den Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will show you something on December 7th. And he move away from Boniana Al-Hassan Mahamudu statements now. Near Sanswako PM were a final reporter yedeba from Nanya Benin leader, Paramount leader of Pandai. Already I established a Pandai reporter yedeba and son of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia a Koko PM was our ground so only this particular chief Asia now or no dear one issue raising here apart from local development who work Pandai and they say or say the MPP government is addressing inequality in Pandai. Say ohieni ni osikeni ebenya the same level, at least a leveling playing field. No, but they are starting life. That is the free SHS policy. And one of the instrumental things policies are His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has spearhead here. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Omo believe said the same government can continue it. And you be ototo papa so say me na me de buy na me kasetia now. No, not that. Pandai leader and say free SHS enrollment na koso. Girls are no money nyem na afedi omo na go school. Omo nenam hosa. Boys are no money nenam aimlessly. They are all now in the free SHS. Also agenda 111 a biswa kakpandai. So it's be a special report on agenda 111 project across the country, because the New Patriotic Party most of the times say agenda 111, but campaign grounds who say chiefs, Paramount Chiefs raise issues on the impact of agenda 111 in their constituencies. Say then water harvesting for rice fields. The New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, spearheaded that project at our Pandai constituency. Planting for food and jobs and water harvesting for rice fields, ebi iron account. Na idea omo catch Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says Uncle Swanya say, omo nim say or a humble person. Omo nim say or a focused individual. Na man be distracted by a Nehemiah Koso on the side. He should focus on his 70-point vision from the Paramount Chief. 70-point vision. Now on your then on Pim and Kodenim. Now come December 7, we will show doctor that it is possible. Yakasa che yenkuti report. Iwiya nyatwaso.
The presidential candidate of the MPP and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has strongly justified why the people in the northern region should vote for him as president over his main competitor, former President John Mahama. At a courtesy call on the Paramount Chief of Tripoli in the northeast region, Dr. Bawumia underscored the fact that although he has not been a president before, he has been extremely instrumental in the provision of development projects in the northern parts of the country.
Boba and Myong were the destinations for the campaign train of the NPP presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Dr. Bawumia has been in the northeast region for the past 2 days as part of his constituency-level campaign tour. He first called on the Paramount Chief of Tripoli, where he outlined his vision for Ghana to the Paramount Chief. He said the global economy is changing and his vision is what will make Ghana a global competitor in all areas. Dr. Bawumia said he has championed development projects such as roads, healthcare delivery, education, energy, and many to the 5 northern regions as a vice president, and these areas will see more development under his presidency.
My father, you know that in Ghana, under our constitution, all the power rests with the president. My main opponent in this election, former President John Mahama, he was president before. I have not been president before. I am vice president. But John Mahama cannot point to one project in Chereponi. I can point to many projects as vice president in Chereponi. So if as vice president, I've been able to start many things in Chereponi, as president, I'll be able to finish many things in Chereponi.
At Myong, Dr. Bawumia called on the regents of Myong, Boniana Al-Hassan Abdullahi Muhammadu, before his campaign in the constituency. Grateful to Dr. Bawumia for initiating several development projects in the area.
Having watched your performance as Vice President of the Republic, I've seen a lot of potentials which cannot be swept under the carpet. You have played key roles in major projects in Eastern Gabon. I remember the speed with which you attended to our appeal for a police vehicle to beef up security patrol along the Sambo stretch of the Tamale-Yendi route. Mention can also be made of the Tamale-Yendi-Tatale road projects, as well as the Agenda 111 project in Myong, which has achieved a speed of progress compared with similar ones in other areas.
Dr. Bawumia's campaign train will head to Pandai, Wulensi, and Bimbila on Friday.
The leaders in the Pandai district have jointly thronged their support behind the presidential candidate of the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, ahead of the 2024 presidential election. When Dr. Bawumia took his campaign tour to Pandai, Nsem-Pii, Paramount Chief of Pandai, on behalf of the people of Nsem-Pii and Nawuri traditional areas, said they have taken notice of work of Dr. Bawumia as a vice president and they believe his presidency will be better for Ghana.
People of Pandai are proud of you for the role you played as the vice president in helping His Excellency Nana Adidankwa Akufo-Addo through policies implemented by your government that address inequality. As a vice president, brought significant development in the district. The free senior high school policy is the biggest social intervention this country has ever had. This brought about an increase in secondary education enrollment in the history of this country. Today, Pandai have received a lot of development across the district in education, health, agriculture, among others. Pandai is also benefiting from the Agenda 111 project, which is about 65% complete, and a number of chip compounds across the district. In agriculture, Pandai also benefited from the One District, One Factory, water harvesting rice field at Lonto and Jambai, and also planting for food and jobs to the farmers within the environs. On behalf of the chiefs and people of Nsem-Pii and Nawuri land, we wish to encourage you to be whom we know you to be. Your humility will send you far. Concentrate on your 70-point vision for the country. Doctor, it is possible. Once again, we warmly welcome you and your entourage to Pandai and to assure you that we as a people will in due course demonstrate that the breaking of it is possible.
So, on some political stories, Nana Kwame Bediako, the presidential aspirant and leader of the New Force movement, has announced his intention to run as an independent candidate in the upcoming withdrawal. The beat comes after organized labor threatened to embark on a strike on Monday, July 15, if SNIT proceeds with the decision to sell the hotels to Rock City Hotel, owned by Agricultural Minister Brian Champon. In a letter addressed to the Director General of SNIT, Mr. Kofio Safumafo, Rock City Hotel has expressed their disappointment at the lack of stakeholder engagement, which they believe has led to the negativity surrounding their bid. They also have therefore decided to discontinue their pursuit of the investment opportunity in the hotels. In a move promoting transparency and accountability, Rock City Hotel has consented to the release of all or parts of their bid documents for public scrutiny or publication if necessary. The running mate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Poku-Prempeh, has apologized for his comments about Ghana's first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. In a bid statement dated July 12 and signed by Dr. Poku-Prempeh, popularly known as Napo, he explained that his comments were his personal opinion and were not intended to disrespect Kwame Nkrumah or any former president. The apology comes days after he claimed at his unveiling in Kumasi that no president in Ghana's history, including former President Nkrumah, had performed better than President Akufo-Addo. His comments have generated massive backlash from the public, with some demanding an apology and a retraction. However, in a statement, the NPP running mate apologized for his comments.